Noor Al-Din stared at the fading light of dawn, the events of the previous night replaying in his mind. When the veil between worlds grew thin, he'd stumbled into the dream sleep, a realm where the laws of physics bent to the whims of the subconscious. It had been a sanctuary for him, a place of solace where he could escape the harsh realities of his life. But now, his haven had become a battleground of otherworldly forces, a dangerous game where his very soul was at stake. The memory of the cave echoed in his ears. He could still hear the soft whisper of Shaitan's voice, the cunning lilt that promised him power beyond measure if he would just listen, if he would just give in to the whispers of forbidden magic. And then there was the dream sleep, the crimson desert, the temptation of Azazel, the demon king. Each encounter a test, each interaction a trial by fire. His gaze fell on the worn pages of the Quran beside him, their familiar verses a stark contrast to the chaos of his dreams. He traced the embossed lettering with his fingers, seeking comfort in the words he'd read countless times before. In the stillness of the morning, he found himself reciting verses, his voice low and steady, anchoring him to the present, reminding him of the path he had chosen. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting long shadows across his room, Noor Al-Din rose, the weight of his dreams pressing heavily on his shoulders. He needed guidance, a beacon to cut through the encroaching darkness. His thoughts drifted to the old imam, a man whose wisdom was as boundless as the desert sands, someone who might understand the turmoil raging within Noor Al-Din's soul. With the imam, Noor Al-Din poured out the events of the past few days, the sudden appearance of the Chain One, the cryptic messages, the unsettling dreams. He spoke of the growing unease in the city, the whispers of strange occurrences, and the fear that had begun to fester in the hearts of the people. The imam listened patiently, his gaze steady and wise, until Noor Al-Din finished his tale. Then, when the young man was quiet, he spoke, his voice resonating with age-old knowledge. "The darkness stirs because it senses the light within you," he said, his eyes twinkling with understanding. "Greater than it seeks to extinguish your flame. But only you can fan it into a blaze that will consume the shadows." Noor Al-Din looked at the imam, confusion clouding his features. "Greater than what do you mean?" he asked, his voice tight with uncertainty. "The path ahead may seem perilous, my son," the imam continued, unfazed by the question, "but you are not alone. The light of your faith is a shield and a sword. And remember, even in the darkest depths, hope is a lighthouse waiting for you to return." His words were a balm to Noor Al-Din's troubled spirit, offering a moment's respite from the encroaching darkness. Yet they also served as a clarion call, urging him towards an unknown destiny. As Noor Al-Din walked back into the bustling city, the imam's words echoing in his ears, he knew that his life would never be the same. The veil between worlds had been lifted for him, revealing a reality woven with the threads of magic and the supernatural. And as the darkness continued to stir, he realized that the battle for his soul had only just begun. But for now, he carried on, his steps sure, his gaze more resolute. He would face whatever came next, armed with the light of his faith and the wisdom of those who walked the path before him.